What's up guys, after over 6 months we are back. So in the last 6 months, 3 very important things have happened. First one being I now have a low-key mullet.
I nearly died of sepsis.
But most importantly, we had a baby. This little man is Noah. Noah's now 6 months old. He's an absolute legend. Smiles the whole time, barely cries. He's just a dude, isn't he, babe?
Yeah, he's a dude.
So yeah, I've had a fairly valid reason as to why I haven't been posting. I just want to spend some time with him whilst he's younger. Fran's actually been very poorly, bless her heart. Not related to the pregnancy, just got really sick one day, took her to hospital, and before you knew it, it was in ICU for a week, so that was pretty scary. So we had a lot going on, but I'm back now. Loads of exciting stuff to come. We are moving premise real soon. We've got a new mechanic. Yeah, you're going to find out all about it, so let's get started with this video. What's up guys, Monday morning, we're back at it. It's good to be making videos again. Feels a bit weird being back in front of the camera, but I want to do it. I enjoyed it. Things have calmed down a bit now at home with the baby and stuff, so let's get back to it. Got a bit of painting to do today. I've got a Ford Fiesta. The wings on those are terrible for sort of bubbling and rusting and stuff, so we're going to sand them back, or grind them back. And we've also got a citrusy one in for a bumper and another wing repair as well. Let's take a quick look at them. So here's the Fiesta. I've actually already grinded those back. Wasn't too bad on this side. I've just grinded it back to metal and then put some rust paint on. The same with this. So this was the worst one. It actually went through, so I've managed to stick something behind that, and obviously just fill this back up again, blend into the paint. Then we've got the Citroen that's already pulled in. Got a few little touches there. We've got this scratch in here, and on the front wing, again I've already grinded this back. I'm going to put some rust paint on that, bit of filler, and a bit of a bumper corner here, which will be good to go. Okay, so here's what we're up to. We've I found this extra bumper corner here, which was actually quite bad to be honest, so I've actually done a lot more paint on that than I wanted to, but never mind. So I'm going to actually do a full bumper now on this back bit. Got a bit of damage down there that's been primed. We've got damage along here that's been primed. I've also gone into this wheel arch because it was all scuffed up and it looked crap, so for the sake of just doing a little patch repair there, I'm just going to get it done. On the front, as you can see, I've repaired that wing. It doesn't line up great, so I'm going to get my mechanic to have a look at that, see if we can get it to sit a bit better, but yeah, it's fine. It's only a £2 car. I've took the mirror caps off because these are both, red cars are terrible for lack of peel, so they're pretty bad, so we'll quickly sand those down in a minute and give them a coat of primer. We're ready for some paint. So if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that what I've done here is I've flat the bumpers. That's basically just to give the lacquer and paint something to adhere to. So they're all flatted off, as with this front corner. Next thing to do is get some paint on them, and then we should be ready for a coat of lacquer. You'll see here I've bought a new gun. This is my first new gun since I started painting. This one's just starting to get a bit blocked up. I don't have the right equipment to clean them properly, so over time they do start to block up. I don't look after them as well as I should either. I change my lacquer guns fairly regularly just because it's a bit harder to keep them clean. But I really like this little mini one that I've been using, so I bought one of these for painting as well, so we'll get that tried out today. Let's get it set up. Wing mirrors looking fresh as well. They're still wet. That's the bumper painted and lacquered. All I need to do is on these rear corners where I've put new lacquer onto old lacquer, you'll see it's a bit sort of cloudy. That I just need flattening down and polishing back up sort of to make the lacquers meet a bit better. Again, same on this one. There's a bit sort of almost, it's that dusty kind of finish. I just need flattening and polishing back up to be a more of an equal flawless shine. But yeah, compared to where it's come from to where it is now, it's a good looking car. Mirrors are all done. Next up we've got this Fiesta. Busy Monday this. So as you see, it's gone through a little bit, but like I said, I've put something behind that. I'm going to put some filler in there and bring it back up here just to sort of give us a nice gradual finish, and again just patch up this bit a bit of paint. I'm just going to do a spot repair on this again and just sort of flick the lacquer out and flat and polish it in. So let's get to work. As you can probably see, my filler skills are pretty crap, to be honest. That is just the first sort of layer, so what I'll do is I'll sort of sand that back, find out where it's sort of low and whatnot, and I'll put another smoother layer on top and hopefully get a better finish than that. Again, I am playing with £3 cars here, so as long as it looks better than it did, as I always say, I'm happy with it. As long as I can give my customers a better car than I would have had to give them if I couldn't do this stuff, then for me, you know, everyone wins. I'm not looking for perfection here. I'm never going to do sort of retail jobs. I just want to make the cars look as presentable as I possibly can. And with a £3 car, I don't have 300 quid of profit in the car to go and paint it professionally. So if I can make it look a bit better, you know, I'm happy. So just another quick walk around the car, and I've noticed a scratch on the back bumper, which, to be honest, it's a really tidy car. So I'm going to do it. See there, it's quite faint. Someone's tried to badly touch it in. I think I could probably touch it in better than that, but it's just a bit of an eyesore. It is a really tidy car other than that, so we're going to quickly sand that back and do a little sort of patch repair. It's not the best way to do it, but what you can do is you can just lacquer here and flick it out slightly and then sort of flat and polish it in so it all blends in together. So white cars especially seem to allow you to do this more than other colours, because you almost can't see the shine on a white car as much. So yeah, let's get that sanded back and we'll paint that at the same time. Morning guys, it's Tuesday. I'm a bit out of touch with this. I've forgotten my GoPro today. I know I'm rubbish. I had to go do some editing last night, but I'm going to take some clips today on my phone. I just won't be able to do any time lapses. We've got the Citroen that I painted yesterday. We're going to flat and polish the areas of that. We've also got the Fiesta, which I've just got to finish painting. I started painting last night. Just needs a couple more coats of paint and some lacquer, and then we're going to pull in a Fiat 500 with a bumper corner, and then we'll have another look, sort of a take on where we're up to with paint and prep. I'm hoping to get all my paint done this week so I can focus on just the other sort of runnings of a car dealership. So we'll see how we get on today and take stock of where we're up to. Let's get on with it. Flattening and polishing is a very simple process. We're going to take some 1500 grit sandpaper to the paint with some water. We're then going to take this 3000 grit Trizac pad to the paint to really sort of flat it down as best we can. It's just a case of polishing it up. Okay, so you can probably see better now how flat the paint is. So, last step is some compound and a buffing pad. That should hopefully look good as new. Look at the shine on that now. That's what I'm talking about. Next car in the hot seat is this Fiat 500. We've had this in for ages, so I should definitely have painted this a long while back, but I haven't got around to it. So have a look at it. Should be a nice, easy repair this. We've got a little scuff there, which I reckon will sand out. There's some damage to the paint there, which I'm just going to sand back. Might have to put a bit of filler in there to bring it back up, but we'll see. Scuff down here and a few little stone chips, but again, I think I'll just quick run over them with the sander. That should just sort of bring it to a nice flat surface for me to paint on. Just do a little bumper corner here. That's how we're looking after literally about 2 minutes of sanding. As you can see, all those sort of cracks were just in the paint. They went through the plastic, so they're all gone now. Down here, actually, just looking at it now, it's sort of dried out. I need to go over that a little bit more because you can still see that, and even with some primer on, that'll still come through, so that needs to be sanded back a little bit further. Let's do that. I'm checking again.
So annoyingly, you see that bit there, it's sort of like a different colour to the other primer, that's like a yellowy colour. And that there is like a browny colour. That's actually thinner, and the thinner's cracked, so I'm going to have to run a real light coat of thinner over the top of that just to bring it all flat again, and then we should be ready for some primer and paint. First coat of primer on this front bumper. It's looking better. I haven't set my paint gun up right, and I've put a nice big drip through the paint. I actually don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this, so my thoughts are get a bit of masking tape and stick it to the glue and try and lift most of it, I suppose. Let's see how that goes. It's safe to say that did not work. Any painters at home laughing at me, if you want to shop in the comments what I should have done in that situation, because it wasn't that, I'd be very grateful because I'm sure it'll happen again. Yeah, I'm going to now let that dry and probably flat it back a bit and try again, I guess. So I may or may not have lost my head a bit with this one. I ended up painting most of that middle section, to be honest, so I just cracked on. Didn't get any video, but that's that done. Front wing done. Other wing done. We're now up to the point where I've just put a first coat of paint on this. So that'll dry, and then we'll put a second coat on the lacquer that. And we're back, guys. Feel like I'm in a better headspace today. That Fiesta really sort of got under my skin. Happens with painting and stuff, you make mistakes. I actually enjoy painting until it goes wrong, then I realise how much I hate it. But it saves us a lot of money as a business, so I get it done. So here's a plan for today. We've got these wings that we finished painting to sort of flatten and bed back in again. We've got the rear bumper, which gave me the headaches, which again needs sort of flattening and polishing. It's not as important on white cars because I bet you can barely even see where the lacquer lines are anyway. We'll get that done. We've got new number plates to go on. I like to do this, especially ones like this that have got small sort of cracks and whatnot. Just a nice fresh plate on there always makes a big difference. Then we've got this Venga. So that corner that we repaired yesterday is all sorted. I've done a little bit of a repair on here where the paint had cracked. I'm not sure if I showed you that one. I kind of, after that paint on this Fiesta went wrong, I kind of just cracked on with the day and sort of got caught up. We've also got, on the front of here, we've got a small little bumper corner which I'm going to do as well. And then this is going to be a really tidy car. So let's crack on with that. I've got a shorter day today because I do also do weddings, so I'm driving to Norfolk this evening to play at someone's wedding. We'll be back in tomorrow, but for today, let's get cracked on, see what we can get done. New number plates have arrived. Let's get the old ones off and get the holes drilled and get some new plates on. Then this car's about ready to go. It's been valeted inside already, just actually need to give it a once over on the outside, and I'll show you some videos of how it's just done. Nothing is ever straightforward. So these are definitely old bolts. I mean, they've probably been in the car for 12 years. It's probably the original plates. This one's pulled out the back, which isn't a big issue. I can drill some new holes for that. This one is completely rounded off. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to cut a slit in that with a grinder and see if I can get flatted in there. If not, I'll just cut the top of the screw off and pull it out. I'm going to make new holes, probably there and there. Well, yeah, it's not ideal, but let's crack on. With a bit of a fight, that's 2 new plates on. And as I said, we're going to hand that over to Jack now to get that valeted up for sale today. So the prep work's about done on this bumper. We've got a little repair there. We've got a repair on this sort of the lip of the bumper. I've sanded out a bit of lacquer peel down there. So what we're going to do now is get this masked up in 3, 2, 1. Sort out the car's bagged. All the painters that actually do this for a job will be cringing at how badly this is bagged. I should really have taken the boot lid off, but it's a lot of work for a cheapish car, so that's going to do. At the end of the day, I've done what I need to do. I've just exposed the bumper, and I've left this front bumper corner out as well. Next thing to do, we're going to get some primer on this, flat it back so that the lacquer's got something to adhere to. Get a bit of paint on it, and then should be good to go. We're going to spend a bit of time on this one and give it a full polish, or at least a better going over than usual. Just a black car, so it really shows off all the little scratches and sort of marks and stuff. So that this is going to look a real nice car once it's done. Let's crack on. 2 coats of lacquer later and we have a very shiny Kia Venga bumper. I actually think this is one of my best filler jobs that I've done. Filler's probably my weakest point of painting. As I don't know, I can't remember how much of it I showed you, but there was actually a hole in the bumper here. And maybe if you look really closely, you can just about see where it was. But to be honest, it's probably, so unless you were looking for it, you'd have no chance of spotting that. I'm quite happy with the finish. I'm hoping I can get away with not flattening and polishing this, but we'll see once it's fully dried whether or not that's the case. Front bumper's also done, nice and shiny. You will see that you've got a bit of a flat spot there. When you do spot repairs, you often sort of where the 2 lacquers meet, you get like a bit of an overspray type thing going on there. Nothing a bit of a flat and polish can't sort. This is now a very tidy car. On to this next car. I actually painted this car last week before I started filming again. This little Dacia Sandero I've done a front wing repair and a rear bumper repair. I can't remember what it was, but it's been sat for a while. I think I actually did a full bumper on this, but don't quote me on that. I can't actually remember, to be honest. But yeah, other thing we had to do with this was have a seat repaired. There was a cigarette burn in the seat. Had this section here repaired, which cost 120 quid from a company called TLC Upholstery in Newark. They're fantastic, to be honest. To try and match fabrics is really difficult, and you can't just sort of cut this material out and sort of just patch it in. You've got to take the whole seat cover off and then completely sort of upholster the seat and then pull it back on again and fit it all up. So for that kind of money, I think it's a bargain. I think I get it done a bit cheaper because I send a lot of work to him. I don't know. But now next thing, this car is filthy, so the next thing this is going to need is a very good valet, which I'll leave in Jack's capable hands. I am just going to give this a quick hoover down here before I put the seat back in again for him, because some of the stuff like that is very difficult to access once the seat's in, so might as well make the most of the fact that there isn't a seat in there. So let's get going. So that's the seat in the Dacia Sandero. This car's absolutely hanging. So the next thing we've got to do, this car keeps going flat. I've just had a quick look at this before I was about to put it on charge again. Look at the size of the battery tray. There's no way that's the right battery for this car. So we're going to whip that off, put a new battery on it, bang some new wheel trims on because these are absolutely hammered, and then get to work giving this a clean. Well, that's been corrected. The replacement battery's just come. It's also tiny, so no idea why that has a massive battery tray, but it's fine. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to put the old battery back on again, leave it to run whilst we valet it, and then I'm also going to leave it on charge overnight in the unit and see if it comes back to life, because they often do. It could have just been sat for a while. If it doesn't, then we'll obviously put a new battery on. They're only 40 quid, but in the same breath, this car, I know it's been sat for a month or so, so it could just have run down. So let's get the old battery back on again and get it jumped off.
Guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. What my plan is, I want to spend more time with my family. That's just why I haven't been posting as much. My plan is I'm going to post more often, maybe aim for 1 or 2 videos a week, but much more raw. I appreciate my editing wasn't the best, but I did spend a lot of time on editing and making the videos look as good as they can. What I'm going to plan to do now is to slam the clips together. You'll see a day in the life as best as I can sort of portray it, but it won't necessarily be the most fine-tuned fancy videos. Will just be boom 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 out. Hopefully that's what you want to see, just raw footage. What I want is to know what you guys want to see. So do you like seeing the paint? Do you like seeing the numbers behind the cars? What is it you want, and I'll try and give you that. If you don't let me know, then I'll just keep posting sort of day-to-day runnings of a car dealership. I didn't get any videos of the finished product on any of these cars, which is my bad. At the minute, I've been off a bit of time with my partner wasn't very well, so I've had some time off work, so I've had loads of catching up to do with paint, so I've just been rattling through it. In the coming videos, I'll make sure that I get plenty of shots that you can see what the finished product looks like. On that note, I'm gonna have some lunch. Keep watching, keep liking, hit the subscribe button. I want to, if the more viewers I get, the more subscribers I get, the more time I can afford to put into this. So keep watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.